with the fashion retail now, yeah, man's understanding more about what it takes to make a garment, the creative process, fabrics, how stuff is cut, all of that stuff. And
so, are you going for more? You're obviously going to go for retail, but like, would it be? Are you talking high end, or are you talking more like?
I'm still working that out, man, because there's a lot of that affects that pricing strategy, and this is all pre. And as I say pre-sale, I don't mean like pre-selling of the products, but I mean if I choose to want to put something on sale, and I can lower it to a price that I'm still happy with, but get them gone. Man's thinking about bare different things, blood. One, these are, for what they are, I'm happy, man. If I had stuff like this growing up at the price I pay for it to get it made, and I'm making it at the most expensive price because I'm making fewer samples. So if I'm ordering bulk, blood, and I get 500 of these, it's not going to cost me the same as if I get 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Per piece. So it's like, when you know these things, or you care to learn these things, you understand about what it can be to kind of build yourself and your culture. One part of that, is the education of it. Like, yo, bro, that t-shirt you're wearing, you probably spent like £35 on it, but let me introduce you to this thing or this person. Yeah, man, you can get that done for like £4, bro. Even get it sold for like £2 more, shipping included and that. Why don't you start a business? That's how these conversations happen, bro. Like, for those that don't know, my brother novelist, he's been on making his own bits and bobs for a while. So it's like, I've learned things from him and his process, and I've always had an idea of how I like to look and how I like to dress. And living in England, blood, sometimes you can't even find what you like. Or you can't dress how you want to like because the weather.
He actually spoke.
The weather don't. The weather don't bless.
He was saying that back in the day, fam, man couldn't rock a young car hat or Dickies. It's like what?
You know what I'm saying? But
don't say that what you're a warehouse worker.
Man won't understand it, but that might be what you like. You know what I'm saying? And it might even be at a value that you like, because you're not trying to impress no one by going out and getting this next designer brand that you don't really like, but it's now competitive fashion, bro. So it's like, on the tip of manufacturing clothes and figuring out business models to sell them and to be ethically fair and all that stuff, I'm learning a lot about myself, about the world around me, about people's buying habits, business as a whole. And it's very beneficial, bruv, because with this information, I can do with it whatever I want to do with it. But try now, I'm going to teach someone, you know what I'm saying, something. I might teach my youths, like, yeah, man, even if I stopped, I haven't started, I'm not going to stop, but I'm saying, if I just did this for myself, I could tell my youths when I have youths one day, yeah, man, you see that jacket that hung up over there, that one, I keep it sometimes, I dry clean it, and you don't really see me wear it. I made that, man. I was like in my 20s and I made that still. What, that thing? Yeah, man, I made it still. I learned this, I learned that, I learned this. You get me? Take that and do with it what you will.
One of the best feelings. One Christmas, I gave my nephew a hoodie that we made, and it was, like when Christmas, my setup, got the Christmas tree there. Obviously, it's like Christmas Eve. Everyone's at my house chilling, like nephew's sleeping over and that. And obviously, they're at the house. The lights are on. All the presents are underneath. And obviously, we had our bag, our FOY bag there. And I was like, "Can you guess who that one is?" And then he was like, "No, because it ain't got like no name on it." I said, "That's yours." He was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, but do you know where that's from?" He was like, "No." I'm like, "That's my brand." And he was like, "What do you mean?" So I explained it to him. These times he was like, he's 15 now, so he was probably like 13 at the time. I was like, "Yeah, that's my brand." He was like, "What do you mean?" I showed him the website, everything. He was like, "Well, you got your own brand?" And he was so like, gas, like, because he's thinking that's like JD to him. He's thinking like you own one of these, like that's crazy.
You made this.
Yeah, and then when he sees the jumper the next day, he's like, "What, for real? This is yours?" I'm like, "Yeah, like we created that." And he was just so gas. Like, that's a mad thing for them to experience, because for myself, I didn't grow up seeing anyone that was either in my circle that looked like me, that owned something that you could purchase. I never knew anyone like that. I was like, oh, my uncle or someone I saw every day that had something that was legal that they were selling and making money off and being like, no, I own this like company or brand. Like, that's inspiring for him, innit?
Yeah, it's a lesson, brother. It makes them see like, yo, this is possible.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how, if you think of like all of like our interests growing up, we all got like individual interests as well as collective interests. Is based on a moment of inspiration that someone either handed you something or gave you something. I said, oh no, you can do that, bruv.
I swear down.
And then you take that on and you just start building on top of it, and then it becomes your passion.
Yeah.
Because without that moment in life, you would just be asking bare questions. Oh, I wonder how this is made, or I wonder what if we can do that.
That is facts.
But someone shows you like, yo, man can actually do this.
Yeah. And if you have a liking, I think also that's another integral part. Like if you have a liking or interest, and then it's also the conversation of, no, you can do that, and then showing them. But like for them to also have the interest, like, oh, for real?
Yeah.
Like you serious?
And it's never too late. I have a story.
I love banging game, but like what? I can get paid for this?
Yeah.
Because you know that's a big thing at this point now.
Right
I have a story. I was watching this interview, and then there was like some researcher. He's basically bringing his own research in it. He's saying how the difference between kids that are introduced to so many, because that's why it's important when you said as long as you have a liking to it. Kids that are introduced, you know, when you have them kids and their parents like send them to football, ice hockey, like bare different sports, and you want them to have as much experience as possible, versus a kid who got introduced to that late, and they got introduced to it as options, and they were the one who actually picked what they wanted to do. The success rates, or the moment where it starts become the progress starts to stagnate, was earlier for the kid that had too many options. Yeah, because sometimes too many options will produce no answer or no result. So although they had a lot of experience, they might necessarily not liked any of them. They're just doing it to make their family happy, or mum's away that she just needs something to keep the kids busy. Whereas the kid who, and again, as you grow up, you're thinking, raw, like I'm not on anything, my life's not going anywhere. And boom, that moment happens, and you made that connection. I actually like this. Based on someone introducing you to someone or something, or showing you something, or giving you something, then you start to build on it. But at that age, you have enough sort of knowledge to act on it, rather than when you're younger. So, for example, 13, that's a sick age for that to happen to your nephew, because he's old enough to know about, there's brands. Like, he knows that there's brands.
It's a prime time.
But if he was like 5 or 6,
what's he gonna do with that?
You get me? It's just another piece of clothing to him. So that's gonna be, if he continues and he likes fashion and stuff, that's gonna be a big moment in his life. In
Was that
10,
similar
20
for, like,
years.
Sorry, bro.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, like, was that similar for you with music? Like was that like, man, them really brought the game down to you in terms of like, or like you like banging, like you like tunes, like you actually like fuck with music, or do you want to make it like, yo, I can show you this, like
Blood. See, me and music, innate from
because I actually
whatever.
know bare man who just know music, but it's more for the love of music, but like not to actually be like, oh, I'm gonna do it.
Like, you see, it was a lovely story still. To be honest with you, the passion and the liking was there before me doing it, of course, because that's pretty much as a child. Like, you can know if a kid likes music or not.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's some people who are not too fussed about music, but for me that's kind of hard. Like, I can't imagine being like so about music. Like, I've always loved it. I've always been that back to my uncle, I've always been that kid that would have like asked my elders, yo, what song is that?
Yeah.
What's that? I don't, bruv, when it comes to stuff I like, I ask the right questions. As you get older, you figure out how to ask questions better. But bruv, like, my uncle used to have a sports car, one next Mazda. It was sick, but he had a disc change on the back. Bear in mind, I'm a kid. That's lit. Like, you can just press a button and you go from this album to that album. But what I'm not remembering, because this is one thing that played a part in oh my days, this music thing's about to go off for you, man. I swear down. Because I'm even remembering things now.
As you take it back and you start
like,
as well,
you see, as I said, it was nice to have that, to be able to take in such a variety of music in one setting.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, man can still have, back in the day, young people, you might not remember this, yeah, but man will have like wallets of CDs. You know what I'm
Them
saying?
ones, fam.
But you didn't need to necessarily have that.
That's your menu, fam.
It's your menu, bro. That's your Spotify, bro.
That is it.
Like, that's your Apple Music.
That
Recently
is it.
played.
Recently played,
Newly
like
added.
songs.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything was there, bro.
You might like.
Everything was there,
Bro.
bro.
Yeah.
But like, see, the thing is with that, yeah, as I said, bear in mind, man had the changer. So I'm not thinking, I'm just catching vibes whenever I'm on a journey with my uncle going anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to your uncle, man. Like, I feel
Even-
like it's like the fifth time that
I
we've
feel like
heard
my
him
brother probably mentioned him as well. Like,
Really.
yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, when man's got a disc changer, as a kid, you're not thinking he's going to change the discs. Sometimes, bro. So I'm hearing certain things on, not repeat, but often enough.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, hey, uncle, what's that tune that goes? And I'm singing back the wrong lyrics because I'm not even hearing it right. What's that song that goes? Du-du-du-du-du-du? You're like, huh? And I'm like, no, you know it, man. You know it. You always
You're
play
just
it.
doing-
Them ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. You get me?
You're
So
just trying to repeat melody, but you can't
finding
remember
and
words.
peak, bro.
Yeah,
bare humming and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But finding and sourcing music has always been key for me.
Yeah.
Like, before I produced, like, obviously my name's Premier, like my real name's Premier and that.
Mm-hmm.
But Prems obviously abbreviated. Before I was releasing under Prem, I was releasing under the name Search Beats, like back in the day.
Search
I,
Beats?
yeah, like 10 years ago, like Search Beats.
Oh, why'd you go with that name?
Cause bruv, I
what
was
he does,
I
isn't it?
was
He said-
always on the hunt for music, bruv. Like I was on some search and find
Some Zelda
wavy
quest, bro.
name.
Zelda quest, blood. Like serious. I'm saying,
Cheers.
so
Thank you.
them times there, that was what. Bear in mind, I'm a kid talking about. Oh, what song's that? That's kid, primary, early, throughout secondary and them things there. Man's been exposed to making music. So,
Oh, did they have that in the school at the time?
no. I mean,
Just like outside, like just, yeah.
back to uncle. My uncle taught me and Nov to produce. So that's why I said he might have mentioned him before.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. He's the one who taught us how to get to grips with making music. And this would have been around 2004 or 5. So bear in mind,
Boy.
being in the hood, like all us man have had it. Did you have long hair when you was younger? You all had short hair.
I had a face.
Short hair,
I had a face
short hair.
Most times
Alright,
like
cool.
Afro.
So we was all in the barbers, yeah?
Yeah.
People used to come with their DVDs or CDs
Yeah,
or
facts.
Time.
you get me.
Everybody.
So with that, I was exposed to like grime and certain stuff, but at the time, not like no YouTube grime.
Yeah.
Discs,
DVDs.
DVD, Lord of the
Roads.
Mics on DVD.
Risky
Yeah.
Roads on everybody.
Risky Roads, blood. This is what I'm saying. Man was watching Risky Roads when Risky was probably, I don't know if Risky did it, but handwritten on the disc with pen, like this is Risky Roads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I don't
then,
know if he started it, but I think he was definitely like one of the ones to get a big name for it, obviously, because it's like, yo, fam, sign CD, the Risk,
bro,
Volume 2. Are you crazy?
Volume 2. So I'm
Yeah.
saying all them times there, man's like list taking in more music. These
Yeah,
times
yeah,
from
yeah.
man's own community. Not just South, but London.
Yeah.
And man's hearing it through an avenue I'm hearing it raw like never before, blood. I'm hearing Temp say, what? Glass is in your eyes, glass shattering, it's in his eyes. Like, I'm saying, oh my
It's
days.
bad, it's bad.
There's a black brother with a high top, and a bag of next man in East, and they're talking about, I've just bottled a man, I can see a glass bottle, let me grab it, and I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen when he grabs it?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the music thing was crazy. So
Yeah.
with that now, I was kind of learning to make music around that same time, but I wasn't really taking it serious. I'm like 10 years
that
old,
was at
bro.
that point though, because like you men were making music.
Piracy though.
Yeah.
Back to them times, they're bare softwares on discs and that.
LimeWire, but then also like, but you lot was in a period where making music wasn't really a money thing.
No,
And
it was just
serious thing.
bare pirated softwares,
Literally,
bro.
literally.
So that's what I'm saying. So man's dabbling, but I'm a kid.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really taking it seriously. So only when I got to like 16, I started to think, I actually like this. Let me try and have a go. And on my 17th birthday, which would have been basically what year was that? Like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like literally, like a few weeks ago, it would have been 10 years ago. My uncle
2002.
gave me his laptop that he even used to make music on. He gifted it to me, like, yo.
Oh, as your birthday gift.
Yeah, like he bestowed it to me. So I was like,
investment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make music now. And that's how my thing really started, bro. Like, I won't lie, but a lot of things along the way kind of just form my identity, bro. My influences in different areas of life, as into how I make beats or how I write bars. It came very organically, man. But the musical thing was always there.
Yeah.
So for anyone who hasn't heard any material from you, if you used to just describe or explain your style or your sound to them, what would you explain your sound as?
My sound,
it's very different now, though. Like right now, currently, it's very different to what it started off as.
I think you got your signal. When I've heard your stuff, you got your signature.
Yeah, no, man, know my thing.
Like you get me.
You know it's a Prem.
Yeah,
y'all know my thing, man. But no, honestly, my thing is wavy, greasy, and cinematic. It's always going to be at least one of those three things.
Can I just say this though? Yeah, I've been telling you as soon as you told me about that track, I've been banging it. Not seen it all before. 1, 2. I got real that Tupac until the end of time kind of vibes. And it's like because you lot shot it at that right period. It was like sun setting.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like it was just reflecting on life, and it's like that beat. It took me back to like 90s, but like more like it is more like a G-funk kind of vibe.
Yeah, heavily.
Like kind of like early 90s G-funk.
I was listening to all of that from, you see that? About this changing, like that is what I was banging, bro.
Because I was getting the vibe, that's where your sound was going.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I was fucking with it, I was like, you can still see that, there's still obviously an element of like the hip-hop is still going to be in there, but it's like, I'm seeing there's a different flavor now. Like the 808 kicks that you was using, and obviously you're going on to Nov's new album now. It's just like
what for the homies?
Oh my god, it's all over.
Congratulations on that as well.
100%, man.
Big one.
Number one.
That's a slam
Thank you. Much love, man.
See, too clean.
Yeah, too clean.
Let me tell you a story.
Go
I was
to
at work. I was at work. Obviously, I work in software, innit? I work from home most of the time. Yeah, this is my 9 to 5, my day job, innit? And then we had went to the office. We had a couple colleagues come because we have international colleagues. Some from America, Holland, all of them. And then the way my company's set up, it's multicultural, but you know the dominant race. You get me? And the dominant culture is more American because my company's an American company. But you get the odd black people here and there. Like my manager's black.
Okay.
We had another guy. He's a black guy. His name's Harvey. But he's from Holland.
His name's Harry? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from Holland, isn't it? That's his black name, Harry.
No, because
it was a Harry Panera as well. Like
he's from Holland, yeah.
That's what's wrong with it, though.
No, but still,
he's from Holland. And then listen, I'm on my laptop doing my stuff. Yeah, he's walked across me. In the way our office, we have like desks, and then you might have someone opposite you. Like you have rows and that. So he's come over. I think we was just chatting because every time we see him, we hardly see each other in person, innit? I had the album. I had it there playing. But
was you playing it in the office?
No, but I threw my headphones though, innit? But I had on my laptop.
Yeah.
And I had like the Spotify page open, innit? So you know when it's different when you have it on your phone versus on your desktop.
Yeah, like the cover art is there.
Massive. Yeah, the cover is like the whole page, innit?
Yeah.
So man's come to my desk, he's trying to ask me about work. So I said, oh, what's this for the homies? He's got
intrigue.
He's got like the accent.
Oh yeah,
the Dutch accent.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, what's that? He's like, who's the homies? I said, homies everywhere. He's everyone, bro. You're the homies. Everyone's the homies.
I love that breakdown, you know. You just have to let him know. Everyone,
and then he was like, oh, like, who's this? I was like, oh, like, obviously, them man know like we do a podcast, innit? Because like he was actually on one of our episodes. Oh, really? He's like, yeah, he's from the area. He's local.
Yeah.
And then I was just giving him a little bit of a breakdown about London and that, yeah. And then he was like, oh, what's this grime? I was like, yeah, but it's a grime, but it's mixed with different cultures. So I was like, give it a listen, innit? Bro, within like the next 30 minutes, he came back to me. He listened to like the whole, probably not 30 minutes, but however long it takes you to listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
Came back to me with,
he was legit.
with like
He was like, yeah, I'm
3 or
coming
4 songs. Yeah, that he's like, man, this album's bomb. Like obviously,
Yeah,
he's like different
yeah,
slang,
yeah,
innit? This is bomb. So listen, man, save that. Listen to that on your flight home, innit? Bruv, he's all messaging me like, yo, you got any more tracks for me? Like, bro,
That's wavy.
but that's his. And that's why I say like your first introduction to stuff is mad. That's his first introduction
I'm
to
happy to hear that.
UK rap, grime and stuff, bruv. That was mad.
Bruv, listen, you see, like my style, because for the homies, it's definitely West Coast, bruv. West Coast influence.
But I love the concept. Like, it's Blue Borough. Okay, cool. We're doing Blue Borough. We've been doing it from what day?
Yeah.
We're doing it with, we're repping Blue.
Blood, man's thing separate though. Like man's thing is separate. Man love the ends and everyone in it. Like 100%.
But it's built
Lucian's
different.
such a community borough.
Yeah.
But what I am trying to do,
Yeah, yeah.
for the borough and for everyone else outside of it.
Yeah.
But blood, I want people to understand that what we're doing over here in this piece of the borough and the guys who you see us around, we're pushing something completely different.
Yeah.
Because Lucian's got a lot of musical artists, like many. A lot of them with profile right now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me.
Nazeen, like
Yeah,
big up D-Block and that.
Facts.
Like them man are from,
Them man were my second school still.
is it?
Yeah.
Them man are really
sides,
like
for sure.
from here. So it's
On
like,
the map.
but even their thing's separate.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're still
Lucian
from the
is
same
full of
borough.
separate
Yeah.
people. But that's just. Let me not even just make it about Lucian. I'm proud because I'm from Lucian, but South is like that.
Yeah.
Cause I see Peckham, like what gigs and them man there have done and continue to do is separate.
Yeah. Boosting them, man. It's nuts.
Separate, bro. And you ain't even got to be from Peckham directly. Because if you look at like Suspect and that, I think he's from Woody Road.
Yeah.
It's the same hood, but like.
It's, you know his energy.
But
you know,
he's
know what
of
energy
that
he
same
gives.
cloth, bruv.
Yeah.
And their thing's different. But for the homies, it's definitely more me being in my more gangster West Coast bag, as they call it these days.
That bag's nuts, by the way.
That's
Whatever
it.
bag that is, bro.
Man said whatever they call it these days.
That
But you know what it
bag
is?
nuts.
Whatever the young
You know what it is,
kids
bro?
Whatever the youngest call it.
Whatever the young cats call it, cuz. But you know why I say that? Because sometimes it's kind of language is a bit techie. Like some phrases are used so broadly. I want people to know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just refine it. But the East Coast thing was more in my early work. I've grown up heavily on both. New York, Queensbridge, Nas, Cormega, Mobb Deep, Prodigy, like
Noriega and all of them. And
to the bone, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Snoop, Daz, Corrupt, Nate, you see it.
Yeah.
But in my latter years as a producer, and more of what people will have heard, the West Coast thing is just what tickles my flavour more, blood. I don't know.
There's something about West Coast that.
something in it.
Bro, you know why? Because living here, nothing ain't bright, sunny, and smooth like that. So it's good to get that injection from the music.
Fantasy side when we see it.
Yeah,
'Cause when I
man.
actually look at like, even to this day, bro, like if I look at what was a main song? Nothing Like a G Thing. Like when I look at that video, like when I watch that video with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, like it's like this and like that and like this. Like I'm
like
looking at that
this.
video, I'm like, LA just looks like a vibe.
It looks like the place to be, innit?
Yeah, because it's just like it just looks so sick. And I had a phase, like I had a real big phase when I went like bare West Coast rap. I remember like there was a connection. Obviously, this is more of a inner Kofi thing in it because I was born the same day Tupac died in it.
Oh, is it?
So I went, so I went through the same.
I thought he was his continuation, bruv.
You know, like the poetic was like no, but I saw it in a poetic way. It was like as one life of like a heroic like legend.
Was that the same
new
year?
Life born same year.
That's mad.
mad.
The actual
Yeah.
day.
Like,
The
actual
actual day and everything.
Okay.
Obviously, LA and UK they got different time zones and that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't say like.
You know what,
Yeah,
you know what man was in? Do you know what? Let me please let me let
No,
you
but
land.
it's just that I just deep it because I'm like, yo, like they are living legends and they're legends that obviously were there before us. And like for me to even be like, bro, like I was born on the same day a legend was passed. And like I remember just going for a phase where I was banging so much
Felt
of his
connected.
catalogue.
Yeah, man, because
like,
it's deep.
It's deep, but also
that's
it's
dope.
interviews, like just to see their lifestyle, like they're living. Like me and you, we already know why YG, like, bro, once we found out about him, we were just like, brother, the energy they give and like the swag that they give, it's like
It's so them. Like,
it's just them.
That's the
It's
only
all
part in the
them,
world
blood.
Them.
that you find that.
And I've been laughing to myself for weeks, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, for anyone that knows me, or like knows me, knows that before COVID, yeah, man was going Cali, blood, like annually, fam.
heavy. Bro, annually.
Hey, no,
Annually,
hey,
bro.
I mean, Prem was in Cali when I was in Cali.
Oh, what, did you
Remember,
not
I
link up?
messaged you. Remember that
Yeah,
time? We were trying to
blood.
like link up and stuff. But we was,
Yeah,
like, different parts of Cali at different
I
times.
remember that. Still,
Oh,
like,
that
man.
would've been wavy.
Do you know what? I love my uncle to bits. Uncle again. He's living in Cali. He lives
Oh, right now,
Your
elsewhere
uncle
now.
deserves his flowers, bro.
No, you know what it is?
Big up,
You know what it is? My uncle
Big up
was
Uncle
like my
still.
pops, man.
Yeah,
Like, you get me? My
yeah,
uncle
yeah.
was just made sure I was a thorough young man, innit? So it's like, man, always checking, man. He's married out there, so he's out there,
Okay.
bruv.
He living.
So I used to just link him, bruv.
Yeah.
But where was I even
Like,
going
your
with this,
uncle sounds
guys?
like a one hell of an interesting man.
What was I
bro.
talking about?
That you laughing at yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
laughing.
laughing because man's been about this Cali culture firsthand from before I was even over there. Because I was this music influence. You see, like the Tupac thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
It hits you in a place that people can't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
It's more like, this is just
because
my
music,
take on my
bruv,
love.
you see how man them said they like Too Clean and that.
Yeah.
Too Clean is a song. Yeah, it's got a certain amount of seconds. It's got a certain amount of bars. But blood, there's a energy behind it. There's a spirit to
But
it.
it felt so
it's
West
it's
Coast.
non-physical, bro.
the
But
culture's
you know
strong
it makes you feel
The thing,
away.
I
Yeah.
fuck with it because it's just so nonchalant. Like, it's just
Bro,
more like, it
this-
just comes into it like
Yeah,
that.
they know if ever like bro.
Yo,
No.
also
So-
like Mr. Mellon, like I just see it as like it's just like it's so casual, because the way the beat already lays itself as it is. So them man, obviously we already know that.
Bro,
they've done
their
it
whole
justice
style
to
is
it.
different. And why I was
wavy
laughing
to it.
is because I look at myself, like I'm wearing some low white socks today. I tend to wear like low white socks or high white socks. But that's a Cali thing, you know. Because when I'm in the ends and I see man them just chilling on the porch or in the park and whatever, man them love big old black, long black socks. You wouldn't catch me dead doing that.
You know, that's kind of like a UK vibe, isn't it? Like,
That's
when
a
I see
UK
man them-
thing. But
when
I
see
realize,
man
I
them
look
with,
at
like, the black
myself,
socks.
Nah,
I'm
I
born and
don't-
raised
yeah.
here, and I don't even do that.
Yeah.
But man's on his high white socks like I'm Nipsey all the time. It's just a little thing that just like, bro, I'm really like, I really
But you
take
take
from
a
that
liking
thing.
to-
Take from that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
But
that's
you
just,
make it your own though.
it's just funny like that, man, because identity is a funny thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crafted by, it's environmentally crafted. Some of it's birthed into you, but you really mold who you want to be yourself. And some people ain't ready for that conversation because that comes with accountability. But you mold yourself, blood.
Facts, 100.
Whether consciously or subconsciously. Still you.
But bruv, yeah, man.
So what was the one moment now, going into it now, obviously with the music and you establish yourselves in the scene,
Yeah.
what was like the one moment that got you like, probably, I won't say speak for North specifically, but more for you, but like,
For me,
that
what
got you like raw, like shit, we are here now.
you know what it was?
I don't know
Tough
if you're
one,
gonna
innit?
say one thing that I got in mind, but it's something I want to ask you about. But I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, man, shooting it. But what I'm saying is, you see me, this can, I don't
I
know if
clocked
it's
onto you lot when you man was doing a link up TV freestyle outside the
oh,
Sainsbury's in the
yeah, in broccoli, yeah.
Hey,
When I had the
R.I.P.
crutch.
Cadet, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Cadet.
Cadet still.
Cadet was in
Yeah,
that.
man, Cadet had a lovely smile and a lovely energy, man.
energy, man.
But cuz yeah, to keep it all the way real about myself, yeah, I still don't fully feel like man's made it anywhere because who am I, bruv? Like I know who I am and I know that people value who I am or what I do, but bro, like
It's a long
man,
journey. So
I see myself as the producer first, bro. Which means people don't even have to see me as much. I'm not in front of the camera like that.
Yeah.
So I never been
But you're
slapped.
kind of like, but obviously I think
Yeah,
it's-
no,
it's
man,
also-
see me more now.
Yeah.
But like, I've never really been slapped with a mad moment where I'm like, shit. There've been a couple it didn't overwhelm me, but I
you
did
have to take it
understand that. Oh, okay, shit, like there's some respect in the room,
What was
and
that?
I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? What I'll say is the first one was, and this was like one of my debut releases as a producer. A song called New Path with my
Yes.
brother. You know, it came to pave the way. You get me? Like, old school, like 016. Yeah. Okay. But around that time, Novelist was doing a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just mad tunes, mad festival, just pinging off. You know what I'm saying? It was the mad hot young G that could just hold his own as a sound man. You know what I'm saying? So that allowed me to be in places that I wouldn't necessarily have been in normally. Producer aside, certain times I would just step in as Prem, like actual like brother Prem. But when that song was premiered on OVO Radio, I was like,
you know, OVO Radio was a real big like
at that time. We're talking 016.
Because college times.
What time? What album did Drake drop? That year? Was that Views?
Views. Because he was building up interviews. 2016 Views.
Damn.
Blood. Like, I'm saying, boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
That's a mad moment.
That was a moment still. And
you know, OVO Radio was crazy because it's like you knew when it was coming. And like it was a stream, so you didn't really know what songs were gonna happen during that time.
You didn't even know. It was just different.
It was literally just like, alright, cool. Whatever song you hear now, that's and everybody. I remember at the time on Twitter, everyone go crazy because I was in like first year uni at that time, and it was like, yo, you don't hear that new OVO Radio? Like, fam, they just premiered that I have a new P Rain tune.
That's so sick,
like the Dave,
man.
I remember I knew about the Dave remix through OVO Radio. Because when he did the Wanna Know remix, I was like, bro, I was like, wait, that's Dave, but. Then Drake came in the verse. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, you know it's happening.
Remix.
That was a
it's
sick
happening
time.
still.
That was a sick time still.
The other instance where I kind of, so to speak, would have gave myself a pat on the back is when I got through my brother actually, because he got his Novelist Guy album, the Mercury nominated one, mixed at Abbey Road Studios.
Oh, was.
So in that time, I was just over there, you know what I'm saying? Just meeting people and building relationships.
And it's Abbey Road, so you never know.
You know what I'm saying? It's Abbey Road, cuz you've got to respect it because I'm a big like movie soundtrack kind of guy. You'll hear it in my beats and that.
Yes,
like, you know what I'm saying?
100%. Your shit could be in games and shit. Bro.
Yeah, like my thing is how I envision sound design is very high octane and a lot of adrenaline a lot of the time. So like soundtracks and Abbey Road and stuff is like Zimmer, wow. Hans Zimmer. Not as much. Like in terms of composers and people of influence to myself, like for me, and another thing you might hear in my music if you are keyed into it, is the 80s as a decade. Like I'm heavily about that 80s synths, drum machines. Like I want my stuff to sound new and greasy,
but you want that kick to be there.
But I want it to be like something from a film. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all them films and that's done over there. I had a lot of respect for that institution still. So man's building relationships and stuff. And a couple years after that was 2018. Or was it that same year? Because 2020 was COVID, so I don't know. Maybe it was 2019 or 2018. But they reached out to me. They have an initiative called Abbey Road Red, It's a bit like an incubator program for creatives. Not so much like writers and that, a little bit, but more people who do things with technology and sound and instruments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you got like people who would make the device that you're doing the pod on sort of thing, but if there was a USP to it, and something that made it a bit like, that they'd have interest in. They hollered at me and got me to do the music for the show reel of this hackathon thing where they just demonstrate different tech and different stuff, and it was crazy. But I was like, raw, like man's all there, like credited at the back of that thing. I'm like, produced by Prem. I'm like, my mum calls me Prem, blood. You know what I'm saying? This is live.
On that,
this is it.
That's sick.
But I'm saying, you see in the, I don't know, man, maybe it's cultural, but in the field of music or just creative arts, I don't feel like we often slow down to give ourselves time to focus or pat ourselves on the back, bro. Like you man said, what, you're about to reach your 100th pod, bro.
Yes, man.
You man might take that casually,
No,
or you might take that like a big deal, but that's a big deal.
Yeah, we're in the middle of trying to plan for us to really obviously set that episode up as well.
This is what I'm saying, man.
sure.
Like, so those moments for me, and like what will come for all of us in whatever endeavors we're dealing with, they're nice to reflect on, but I don't get sweet about it, bruv. This is business, fam. It'll be sweet when man's old age and really has time to look at it. I hope I remember it in my full senses and that, like I really remember what it was like and who was there and whatever, because that's lovely, like that kind of detail. But right now, bruv, I just want to be efficient in everything I'm doing, man.
Hard.
Feel me?
So, one of the moments, when Kofi asked that question, one of the moments that sparked in my head for you, bro, and this is what came to my head because I was at the show, and when you lot dropped Break Bread,
Oh my days! What the headline show that time?
fam,
Just before COVID and that.
yes,
Oh,
brother, this.
Did you tell us about that? I think it was talking
Yes, yeah, well, obviously because I think we recorded. I think we may have recorded like the next 2 days or
you
something.
said you was there, and I remember you said how everything came out. Hey,
was
that's not like a
That
real
show-
crazy setup.
Was mad.
yeah. Why did I even
mad.
think of that? Because
Shout
obviously
out
that
to
was
that
my
setup.
bro show.
Yeah,
So it's like
I
I was more. That's gang. But like,
the reason why
that
man
was
brings that
crazy.
tune up, you produced that, right?
yeah, Break Bread. I produced that,
Break
man.
Bread beat is fucking ridiculous. It's
Safe
ridiculous.
blood.
No,
Go-
honestly,
go listen
it's
to that.
ridiculous, bro. Like because like the way it comes in, then the way it drops, it's nuts, bro. That's why I had to be because I'm like that part of the show is a moment.
No, it is. It is. Still.
That part of the show is a moment. Like,
I need
no,
to-
it's not
I
going
need
to
to
necessarily
enjoy it.
be a accolade or a noted accolade, or you can look back in time and be like, oh yeah, like I got that or this happened.
Oh, but that went off.
But that went crazy.
Yeah.
The people,
Yeah, well, the people.
everyone, even on socials, people mess with it. Like, bro, it was nuts. It was a moment like no other still.
This
I
was
need
just
to.
before COVID.
Do you know
Yeah,
what? Do you know what, Nick? I respect you highly, man. I respect you highly, bruv. You know why?
appreciate that, fam.
I need to be a bit more like you. You know, man, let me know. I'll be more like you, cuz. No, it's not that.
Yeah.
I need to actually be more like you, bro.
He gives
Because
energy, he gives
you're
energy.
a guy who takes time to enjoy things. When I see Nick on socials, he's enjoying, bro. He's enjoying the gym. He's enjoying motivating people. He's enjoying shows.
Johnny's
He's
birthday,
enjoying.
Will.
He's enjoying everything. He's
I'll never
enjoying his
forget your
woman.
birthday
He's
snaps.
enjoying his life, blood.
Facts.
Like,
Gonna be doing the same thing next week as well.
Trust me. Trust me.
and why I said this in particular is because I've seen you at shows, bro. I've seen you like via Insta at shows, just enjoying. And like for me, I don't know if other people feel this way, but because I make music on both sides of what making music is, like vocally and like with the beats, I don't always find the inspiration to go out and attend other people's shows and get experiences like that, bruv. I'll be honest. I feel like I'm missing out because I'm still a pure music lover, but it's got to the point where man's become so like indoctrinated to be on one side of the delivery of a musical service. Man forgets blood.
You're a consumer too.
You know what I'm saying? I was with a couple of the Navy man them yesterday, yeah. A man's seen like D double at some function for a while. Still, blood. He was killing it. Like, bruv, you think I care that I'm a 6 foot odd black man dressed that way? What? Bruh? Man, what? Because that's hard.
Hard, bro.
Yeah.
That's hard. A man can't be missing out because I'm not going to react like that necessarily any other place, but in the midst of where the fun is being aimed at, blood.
Yeah.
And man can't miss out on that still. So I wish I could have seen that show from the perspective of the viewers who came to enjoy it, man. Because I know it was special just doing it, but
Sometimes being in the
it
crowd
was
is
a
something.
highlight when I think about it, man.
Because when Kofi asked that question, I'm thinking, no, he got to say that, bro.
No,
Because for
bro.
me and my mind, obviously for your mind was
Crazy.
different, but for me and my mind, I'm like, that was a moment because not only, and of course, like Nov was spitting on it, but not only that, the beat was getting the love too. Do you feel me? Like the actual, like the people respected, like nah, like do you know what I'm saying? You know when you got a jacket because the beat just went crazy.
like how?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no, that would be a moment for you because, bro, that beat puts shivers in niggas' backs. Bro.
Bro, I'm so appreciative of that, man. Like honestly, when it comes to making beats, yeah, bruv, I actually enjoy making beats. I love the sound of, but I'm very happy when people like it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know that beat? Side note, yeah, that beat is actually in my computer. I called that beat City Girls because I was thinking about the City Girls tune "Act Up" when I made that tune. That's what I was spitting over that beat. If you listen to Break Bread and spit that beat, it kind of has a little
bounce to it.
That hot girl summer kind of vibe.
Really? Bro, like, I swear to you. So it's like I was happy with what my brother did with it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with the fact that I feel like pretty soon after it was released, people kind of gave it a bit of a underground kind of legacy status. If you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, shit, ain't nothing really like this. This is hard. We like this. Good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And them things, they're good for my confidence. They're good for my price, blood. And
Facts.
I don't really deal with things like pricey, like, you know what I'm saying? Some people got that kind of ethos of price just went up. I ain't really gonna deal with you from 1 week to the next unless my life goes that way. Like, bruv, if I win the Euro Millions today, is it Friday they draw it?
I think so though, maybe.
Bro, I mean Saturday or Tuesday or Friday, Tuesday,
I
something.
try not to get in the mix of it. I
don't even play lottery, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused. But if I won 100 mil today, yeah, bruv.
Well, yeah, obviously the price definitely gone up.
The price literally went up, bro. If you can't raise your voice to me, I'm walking away, bro.
But you still come to the Aftertalk podcast and still come speak with the man.
Yeah, bro. Of course.
Nah, I need rich friends at the same time.
Of course. No. Listen, acting bougie with the man them is never something that man them rates still. Like that's terrible for business, it's terrible for personal relationships, man.
100.
But I'm just happy that I don't have, because bro, with great talent or position can come changes to how people deal with people or how they think. And I don't feel like I've ever been dealt those cards, thankfully, where I change up and I become someone who's, you know what I'm saying, less likable, bro. Like, stay grounded, stay focused on what you're trying to do. Keep honest people around you and optimistic people around you, bruv. Because it's not always going to be positive, man. In this music thing, for sure.
But Novel's like how, and he made sure it was an emphasis, like, because I think he said he was speaking to Jammer.
Yeah.
And Jammer told him this one key thing that stuck with him. It was like, was it Jammer, was it JME?
JME, what? Go where the love is.
Go where the love is.
JME.
Go where the love is, fam.
Go where the love is.
Like, you must, man. Like,
you speak that, and when you speak that continuously into existence, naturally in your body and your system, you would just naturally do that. You know, like, you would go where you feel like, you know what, I feel like I'm being valued here.
and appreciated, man.
You know what I mean?
And duly positioned as well, bruv. Because some people will show you love, but they will never try and elevate you. That ain't where the love is.
Talk about that.
That's where that might be where the daps are, where the hugs is at, where the words of affirmation or capimation is at. You know what I'm saying?
Words of capimation.
That's the name of the episode.
Yo, words of
There you go.
capimation.
There you go.
Like,
That's crazy.
it's real though, man. Like, you gotta be around some people who's gonna tell you, brother, come here, bend your head down. You got some fluff.
Trust me.
Don't matter if you got M's in your bank, blood.
Yeah. Facts.
A man can't tell you, hey, you got a little.
Yeah.
Something simple as that. But even to say, like, example, like, say you've made a beat, a man's like, I hear it, but I know you can do better.
100%. 100%. Like, I value those things highly, man. I value those things highly still, because no one's the finished product, man. We've all got work to do. We've all got growth to do. And if you're doing something like music, everyone else ever that's going to hear it ain't you. Every other ear is going to reach ain't your ears, blood. You know what I'm saying? Which means they're going to take things however they're going to take it, which is going to be automatically somewhat different to what you gave out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just seeing things or hearing things from your own perspective. And it might still be a well-nurtured and, like, strong and, you get me, professional perspective that you see from. Because with doing I've been doing this for 10 years. So I know my thing. But I don't know everything about it.
You don't know everything.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Top 5 artists that you produce for.
Top 5 artists I produce for.
No. I said like you would love to. Like,
Oh, I'd love to produce
like
for.
on your wish list.
With this one, I kind of answered something like this not long ago still, but some of them are not going to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have gone on.
Okay.
100.
Because that's just where it is, blood.
Yeah.
I see this year and last year, we got a lot of good. And when did Nipsey die?
19.
19.
Just before COVID.
Oh,
Just before COVID.
I was in Cali when Nipsey died, bro. I was on the beach.
Word.
Yeah, mad.
How'd you find out the news? Was it just
By
like,
phone.
around?
I think my uncle's wife called him and told him.
Word.
Man, I just finished kayaking.
Right.
I swear down, I was in Long Beach.
Doing some next to you.
Living the high life and then you just
Live
get
it.
back and you
But
get
it's not
that
even
news.
the high life, bro. It's the high life here.
It's regular there.
Over there, it's here, bro. It's
Maybe
here.
it's
Like, see that we can go like Dulwich Park or something and go to a little